Hello, it's Angel here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing good. I'm still, unfortunately, I've got the lurgy. So yeah, if I sound like I've been partying all night, drinking whiskey and smoking big fat Cuban cigars, you would be mistaken. Apologies for the state of the hands. I have been painting in my super duper new tarot advent journal. More about that in my December intentions and deck video. Today we are talking about November's favourites, and we're starting with this beauty. So I've been working with my facets of self, with my inner mausoleum, and with my fallen angel facet. This was a piece of artwork I did, I think, at the beginning of November. I'm hoping this is in frame. I still haven't finished it because I'm not, I'm a Sagittarian and I like to start things and then not finish them because I'm a bit of a squirrel-brained, nincompoop in that way. So this isn't finished, but this is a representation of my my fallen angel, which I know is somewhere hidden out in my inner mausoleum. I've been using this journal, actually. I'm not going to show you too much, but I'm just going to give you a bit of a quick flick. I've been using this journal with a white gel pen, and I really like the black paper and the white. This, like kind of illuminating the darkness. I like that kind of representation. So I'm actually feeling quite a draw to purchase some bigger A4 black paper journals for next year, January 2025, but we'll have to have a look at that. So should we continue with decks possibly? I'm not going to show you all the decks because I've just got so many. I'm going to show you one of my favourites that I use this month. Yeah, it's the Tarot V. This is fast becoming a favourite in my collection. I've been using this for exploring my facets of self that are in the darkness or in the shadows, hiding out in my inner mausoleum. So been enjoying it. Been getting such good readings with it. So this is definitely, I would say this is definitely one of my favourites, if not my favourite, for the month of November. Yeah, new decks that come into my collection this month. There was quite a few. That low buy year is well and truly, bye-bye. I'm going to link in the description two mini haul videos that I made a few weeks, last week, 2 weeks ago, can't remember. I'm going to link them there and you can take a look if you want to. Excuse me. So I'm not going to show the decks, but these are the decks out of those new ones that I've been using. The Dark Angels Tarot, really been enjoying it. Using it for my Dark Angel facet, obviously. Memento Mori Oracle, I purchased this one secondhand from a, what's it called? A swap buy sell group on Facebook. Was a little bit hesitant about doing it. I had a little bit of trepidation around doing that. But I've purchased 3 recently and it's worked out really nicely and really well. So I've been really pleased with the decks that I've purchased. The Talisman Oracle, another one I've been working with and really enjoying. I've got a whole stack of decks here. This was another new one which I haven't started working with yet, but I want to jump into it ASAP. The Lonely Soul Oracle. This is the newest one that came in at the end of November. I haven't worked with that one yet. Spoke about this one recently on my recent video discussing the deck I was going to work with for the Tarot Advent practice. And this deck, which I'm having a major love affair with currently, the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. This was also a second-hand find. Most impressed. What am I tapping? Why am I tapping? What's going on? This was another deck that I've been working with. I've been working with it card for card. I've worked with 3 of the cards so far because I'm trying to slow down and work with them, quite mindfully. I've been journaling, obviously, and journaling on the cards, and also pulling extra cards, as for an extra dialogue and for questions that come up, whilst I'm reading in the guidebook for this card that I'm pulling. So I'm currently on Earth. You gain what you work for. Now I showed this deck also in my mini haul video, one of them. Sorry. And I've got to say, I'm only 3 cards in, but I'm not a big fan of the guidebook. yeah, I was really looking forward to the first card. It's called Threshold. Shall you dare? And I'm not gonna read this out to you, but I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna ask you to pause and read. Oopsie, she says as she flicks the page. And I'm not sure. I mean, the keywords are great. Yes, there is a bit of an affirmation, but I want more. I need more. I want a bit more. Saying that, the artwork is really, really good. I really like it. This is the first card that I worked with, Threshold. You know, there are a lot of jumping off points here. You know, you've got the skulls, you've got the sword going on, you've got the crow. You've got this threshold, you've got this, like, you know, slightly darker sky, lighter sky, the flowers growing. There is a lot to jump off from, but I just needed a bit more from the guidebook. So at this moment in time, I'm feeling slightly disappointed with this deck. Oh my goodness me, what's the matter with you? So fingers crossed it's going to pick up the pace. You know, the more cards that I work with. So yes, that was that. What should we talk about? Let's talk about some Servitor work. Oh, a bit of a reading list going on here. I'm going to show you in a wee second. I've got a card from the Tarot V, and I've also got a spell bottle. Now, let me start by saying I created this spell bottle, I think back in June, May or June. I was having problems with people taking running kicks at my door. Now, my facade is made of wood, so every time somebody would like take a running kick at my door, the whole building or the whole house would vibrate. And this would happen late at night. Now, I'm lucky that I live in quite a wooded area, and obviously whoever was doing it, you know, by the time I got to the window to look out at my front door, they had obviously run off. Now, it's not just me that has this problem. It's the whole area where I live. Unfortunately, because we're by the woods, you know, I'm assuming older children, older kids, teenagers, you know, I think it's a whole lot of fun to, you know, kick at the doors on certain evenings, at the weekends, things like that, and then dash off into the woods. Excuse me. So I created this spell jar to kind of bind them. I'm going to say that. So obviously I don't know who was doing this. So I cut out little people on paper, and I wrote, you know, whoever it is kicking my door. I kind of, you know, I didn't know their names, obviously. I didn't know what they looked like or anything. So I just made it quite generic. I added some, what's it called? Broken mirror to reflect their intention back at themselves, or to deflect the negativity. I also added some bramble, some spiky bramble, some broken glass, some rusty nails, and some other ingredients I'm not going to go into too much. And this has been sitting on my windowsill in the sunlight since May or June when I created it, and it's worked really, really well. Since I made this, I've only had one person on one occasion kick at my door. And then at the beginning of November, the kicking at the door started again. And it wasn't just like, you know, a tap tap. It was like somebody taking a real running kick at my door. And when I'm sitting in the evening at 9 or 10 or 11 o'clock in the evening with my kitty cats on the sofa, it really does scare the bejesus out of me when somebody kicks the door, because it sounds like somebody's trying to make their way into my apartment. Excuse me. Oh, that cold is really getting on my nerves. So I decided to up the ante on my protection around my apartment. And so I pulled out the books that have got a lot of protection magic in, starting with this one, which I wanted to create some new wards for the perimeter where I live. The day after it happened that somebody kicked my door, I went down and I had created a door wash with some super duper ingredients, washed off the door, and even used black salt around the perimeter again. And that's appeared to have worked. And in hindsight, I do wish, because there was quite a large, muddy footprint on my door from where the person had kicked it. I wish, in hindsight, that I had scraped that dirt off and used that dirt in another of these spells, another of these spell jars, a binding spell. having the dirt from their actual sole of their foot. I think that would have been really a real good, strong ingredient for some spell work. But it's all easy to be wise, isn't it? When things have already happened. So yes. So speaking of the warding and the upping the ante on the protection spells, I'm going to say, or the spell working. I also went back to my idea that I've had previously to create a servitor for protection, and that led me back to these books. Excuse me. So I've got several books here that I was reading in November. This one's by Damon Brand. Magical Servitors, create your own spirits to attract pleasure, power and prosperity. Now I've obviously read this one and I've tabbed it, which they've gotten they're looking a bit squiffy, but they are tabbed, so I can go back to the important information. This one was okay. I got a couple more which I preferred more. Create a Servitor by John Crater. This one I really enjoyed. I think all of them generally, obviously spoke about the same kind of thing. This was my favourite, Creating Magical Entities by David Michael Cunningham. Really, really enjoyed this one. A lot of in-depth information, I felt. And I even made notes in this one as well. And then finally, I've got Walking with Magical Entities by Taylor Elwood. So, and this one I haven't read yet, actually. This was another one that I wanted to read, but I didn't get to. Thought Symbols Magic. Manifest your desires in life using the secret power of sigil magic and thought forms by Colin G. Smith. This is a very, very thin book. And I haven't got to this one yet. So I had thought about creating a servitor back in, I think, 2022. So when this idea came back to me, I decided to go back through my journals, which was a really fantastic reason that I journal in the first place and write down what's going on in my practice. So I already had all the ideas mapped out in my old journal, and I don't really remember why I abandoned the idea of creating a servitor. I'm not really sure. If you don't know what a servitor is, I'm going to link Kelly Ann's servitor video in the description box, so go take a look. Excuse me, sorry, my throat is being a pain in the bum. So yes, I kind of took the mapping that I had already done with my servitor idea back in 2022 and then developed it. And the reason I pulled this card forward, which is from the Tarot V, is because this kind of gives you a bit of an idea of my idea for my servitor. If we kind of assuming that this is me, I kind of want this figure that I can call upon, that's always got my back and is always in protective mode, I'm going to say. So whenever I need them, I can call on them, and they're almost at my left shoulder, whenever I need them. So I haven't I'm going to say thought them into being as yet. I'm still working on the finer details. I want to get it as right as I possibly can. I don't want to rush things, but this will be my first servitor. Excuse me. And as mentioned, since doing the door wash, I haven't had the problems with the people kicking the door. So I don't think I'm not gonna let the idea just slip away again. I'm gonna totally invest in it and create my servitor. So more on that possibly in December's favourites. Let's see where it leads me. Excuse me, goodness me, my throat is not very good today. So I'm going to keep this video quite short because obviously, my throat is not in the best shape possible today. Secondhand finds this month. I've purchased 2 things, I think, all apart from the decks, obviously. One of the things was a new necklace, which is here. This was a secondhand find on eBay, and this is apparently clear crystal. Clear quartz, sorry. Clear crystal, clear quartz. I don't know what I'm talking about. I really like it, and it kind of unloops. Hello, baby girl. It unloops here, so it sits quite high on the neck. I really like it. And I really like this claw detail going on. Oh, Very, very nice, like that a lot. And this was just this is just like a costume jewellery piece. But I'm thinking I want to use it for protection. I haven't gotten it yet, it's here, it's near. I'm thinking I want to use it for protection. It's almost like a spider's web, and that this, darkness going on. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I really liked it. I thought it was very witchy. Oh, I do like it. So yes, those are the only two second-hand finds, I think, that I've purchased this month. Is that right? I think it is. I've been quite poorly in November, and unfortunately I've had a lot on at work. So by the time I come home in the evenings, I've been really tired, and my tarot practice, unfortunately, has taken a bit of a, I don't want to say back seat, because it's obviously very important to me, but it's, time has just not, what's the word? I haven't been able to do all the things I want to do because time has not been on my side, I'm going to say. So hopefully in December, I've got some time off around Christmas, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to, focus on my practice and, spend some quality times with my cards and continue with the shadow work that I've been working with in November. So I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything else to tell you, to be honest. I think we're done and dusted. That's going to be a really short video, isn't it? I'm going to do obviously a December Decks and Intentions video. So, keep your eye out for that if you'd like to. Otherwise I'm going to wish you a lovely morning, afternoon, or even wherever you are. Take care, and hope to see you in the next video. Toodaloo.